Good morning. Happy Monday. Welcome to Monday Momentum. Today, we're talking about putting your offer out there anyway. Maybe you've been struggling with something in your business. Maybe you've been feeling a creative block that you can't seem to bust through. Or maybe you just feel behind and frustrated that you can't seem to get enough done. I've been feeling the same thing, and we're going to talk about it today. So let me know where you're watching from this morning. I'm going to come over to the chat and say hi to everyone. Diana got here before me, and she said, "Bet Sarah has great hair." That's what you can bet every Monday morning, that Sarah shows up with great hair. I love it. Thank you for joining me on YouTube this morning, Diana. Good morning, Lexi. Good morning, Rebecca. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Ivy from Philly. Good morning, Tara. Hot San Antonio. I am so sick to death of this heat. Can we just bring in the cool north air into Texas, please? Tracy's from Florida. Good morning, Debbie. Good morning, Jenna from Minnesota. Jenna, send us some cool air from Minnesota. We need it. Good morning, Sarah from Florida. Good morning from Canada. Good morning. Good morning, Teresa from Maryland. Oh my gosh, tell me what the temperature is there, Teresa. Don't tell me. I don't want to know. The high's 107 today. Don't tell me. Good morning, Vontina, watching from Maryland. Good morning, Brandy from Kentucky. Good morning from Florida. Thank you for the compliments. Y'all are just making my Monday morning great. Good morning from Odessa. Good morning, Tracy. Good morning, Trisha from Charleston. Good morning, everybody. The team is here with me this morning. Good morning, Gina. Good morning, Tamara. Good morning, Nancy. Good morning over on YouTube. Good morning. Good morning. Val says, good morning. First time with you live. Welcome, Val. I'm glad you could join me live this morning. Good morning, Jessica. Yes, we're going to have a good morning. All right. Let me jump in and get started this morning. I am so jealous of all you Northern people right now. I think that I should just do, maybe next August, I should do like Monday Momentum on location, and I'll just travel in all the northern states, and I'll just come to your locations and I'll do Monday Momentum at your place. So it'll be cooler than it is in Texas. So we'll just do like, I'll get like a big RV, we'll wrap it in Launch Your Box logos, and we'll just travel the country just doing all the things. That sounds really fun, actually. But we'll have to stay northern during July and August, and then we'll come back down to the south in, October, November. All right, so let's talk about it this morning. Listen. I have been on the struggle bus. And I was working on some stuff yesterday, and I thought, you know what? I have been struggling with this for months, and I think we need to talk about it, because I know that you guys might be struggling with something too. It's probably not the same thing that I'm struggling with, but at some point we get in this kind of crunch where we're struggling with something in our businesses, or maybe we're struggling with something personal life. It could be relationship, it could be being a mom, being a wife, whatever the thing is. But we get in this period of where we're just really struggling with something. And I have been really struggling with something, and it is just taking me aback, because I don't know if you guys know me, but I just make things happen all the time, right? Like, I'm just like, get in there, get it done, make it happen, do the thing. That's my MO. That's what I'm good at. I make decisions quickly, and I bust through challenges. Every day I'm a problem solver. That's what I'm really good at. So for me to be struggling with this one thing for so long, it's really holding me back. So you guys know that I have had this t-shirt course on the table for months. It has been on the table since March. And I had a lot of things happening in the spring with my personal life. And then just really, business was crazy. Like, I'm launching. I have a big launch of my Monogram Box in April. and it was the largest Monogram Box launch I'd had. It was fabulous. Then in May, I go out and I'm speaking at SubSummit, and I'm not just speaking at SubSummit, I'm speaking at SubSummit multiple times, and I'm hosting a 2-hour workshop. That creates a lot of work for me. Then I have my big Launch Your Box launch in June. We've been dealing with the book earlier in the year. Like, there's just a lot on my plate, and it's taking a lot of mental bandwidth. So I've had this t-shirt course on my plate since then, but I've not had the mental capacity to dig into it. And so I put it off and I put it off and I put it off. And I said, I'm going to put it off until I get all the launching out of the way, because my brain can't handle one more thing right now. Fine, everybody's on the same page. So we come out of the launch at the end of June and we say, okay, let's pull this t-shirt course back to the table. Let's set deadlines. Let's set our checklist of what needs to be done, who needs to be doing what. We set realistic deadlines for this. And I have missed every deadline since. And I am struggling with it. Not because I don't know the content like the back of my hand. I just have not had the mental capacity to work on something big right now. And it's felt big. And it's felt like every time I'm like blocking time out in my schedule to work on the course, I get to my computer and I sit down and I stare at my computer and I look at this blank page. I'm creating the content from scratch. And I'm thinking about things, and then I pick up my phone and I start scrolling, and then I get lost in TikToks or Facebook land, and I get squirreled off, and before I know it, 45 minutes have gone by and I'm like, what am I doing? I'm supposed to be working on this course. And so I try again. I'm like, all right, let's start with an outline. And then I sit there with my outline, with my blank thoughts. And I think, maybe I just need a little break. I'll go watch TV. I'll go do laundry. I'll go clean the kitchen. I'll go take my car to get it washed. Anything but work on this thing that I need to get done so badly. Anything. And I've missed every deadline. I've missed every deadline. And that creates a lot of disappointment. And there's disappointment from my team because they're waiting on me. They can't do their job if I don't do my job first. So there's disappointment from my team, and I can feel it. I feel it heavy. Not that they're like, hey, where's the thing? I'm still waiting on you. Not like they're at that at all. It's just like, I can't do anything without any content, you know? And there's disappointment with my students who've been waiting for this dang course for 6 months now. But most importantly, I'm disappointed with myself. Because for so many years, I can just pound something out. Podcast episode, blog thing, training, new lessons. I created an entire new course, the huge Scale Your Box course, like this. And it's so much more in depth than this little course I'm creating right now. And I can't figure out why I have such a mental block around it. And it's not like I haven't done anything. I have the whole first half of the course. There's 12 lessons in this course. I have 6 of the content lessons created and recorded, and they are ready to go. But I still have 6 to do, and I don't want to do them. Honestly, I just don't want to do them. Like, I would rather go do any other thing than do this, and I don't know why. And so yesterday, I sat down and I said, okay, Sarah, let's get your act together. Let's get some more lessons done. You can do this. You've got this. And I think it's because I needed to make some decisions. We're launching this week. This course launches on Thursday, and I don't have half of it done. And the pressure of that feels enormous. And you guys might be feeling pressure like this when you're working on your launches, or you're working on curating your boxes, or maybe you're working on your tech or your social media, and you're like, this has got to happen. And then the stress and the pressure of the deadline looming shuts you down completely. And that's what's happened to me. And so here's what I had to do to remove the mental block. I had to make some decisions. yesterday. And I had to make some decisions on what we're going to do. And the minute I made some decisions, the weight lifted off of me and I got 2 more lessons built. 2 more lessons. Now I only have 4 left. And that feels really doable to me. But here's what the decisions I had to make. Number 1, do we push this launch off another month so I can get this done? I've already promised it would be ready August 23rd. I've already pushed it back once. Do I push it back another month? No. No. Because if we keep pushing back the launch date, if we keep pushing back the deadline date, we're never going to get it out there. It's going to give me an excuse to procrastinate another 30 days. I know myself. I am a great procrastinator. So I can't set myself up to have another 30 days with this in my head. Okay? But realistically, is it going to be done by the 23rd? No, it's not. We have half of it completely done, which feels really great. And it's really great content. And I built 2 more lessons yesterday, and that feels really great. So now I'm more than halfway done. I made the decision yesterday that we are going to launch it on Thursday as normal, but we're only going to launch it to our wait list. I can't do a big public facing launch without everything being ready. But you know what I can do? I can get it out there for my people that want it the most. And it's messy and it's not perfect. And it's not the way I wanted it to be on August 23rd. But you know what? Over half of it's built and it's a great start. There are hours worth of content in there that they can get started on right away while I'm finishing it. And if I'm building the plane while I'm flying, it's going to push me to continue to get it done. If I push back another 30 days, I'm just going to procrastinate until that last week again. So why would I do that? Once I made the decision to go ahead and launch it to the waitlist on Thursday, and I said, you know what? I'm going to make it even better. Let's give a $50 off discount because it's not finished to anybody that's on the wait list. So they can get started on it. I'm going to continue to complete it. They'll get a discount on it because it's not perfect right now. But you know what? There's hours worth of good content already built in there that they can get started on. I don't want to make them procrastinate. If they've been waiting on this to launch their t-shirt subscription, I don't want to make them wait. There's so much content they could get started on right now while I'm finishing it. And that's what I want you guys to see. I want you guys to see that it doesn't have to be perfect. I want you guys to see that it doesn't have to all be finished before you lob it out into the world. You can build the plane as you fly. Don't let it stop you from getting your offer out there. I'm going to finish it very soon. I'm going to clean it up as we go. I'm going to have an amazing t-shirt subscription course in just a few weeks. Because if I give myself another 30 days, I'm going to procrastinate. And I would bet a lot of you are going to. I would bet you guys would do the same. This launch isn't going to be what I'd planned. I'm not going to do a bunch of ad campaigns and go live a million times and do all the things that I would for a normal launch because it's not quite ready yet. But all those people on my wait list that tell me they're ready for this course, I'm going to give them the first half of it. And I'm going to put coming soon on the other modules. And my goal is to get it done as quick as possible. And once I made that decision yesterday, my creativity came back. I started making outlines. I started creating the slides. I started building content. And then I'm like, you know what? We need a bonus video right here. I'm going to turn on the camera and I'm going to show them how to do this with the computer screen step by step so that they don't have any reason not to be able to do this. And I recorded a bonus lesson too, which wasn't planned, but it sparked my creativity again by just getting that heavy weight of a decision of what to do this week off my shoulders. So here's what I want to challenge you with. What are you struggling with right now? Talk to me in the chat. What has been holding you back? What block have you been having mentally that you just need to bust through? Talk to me in the chat. Tell me what's going on. Because we can make some decisions right here today that will help us move forward with it. Mindy says, I'm struggling with tech. And she just went and bought Nicole's course. Yes, if you're struggling with something, what should we do? Get help. We need to get help. Teresa says, I'm struggling with product choices and website details. Make a list of those today, Teresa. What are the decisions you have to make? Because sometimes when we have so many decisions to make, it paralyzes all of our thoughts. But if we can separate them into individual decisions, then it's like, okay, made a decision about this, check. Made a decision about this, check. And it's not all this spinning in your head all the time that you're trying to remember. Write them down. Getting designs done now for September, right? You already feel behind, right? Like September is like real close. It's real close, 10 days away. You probably already feel behind. And so that you have the stress of trying to be creative on a time crunch. And that's hard. So what can you do to wipe out a chunk of your schedule today? So just create some white space. Okay, after lunch, I'm removing everything from my to-do list and I'm going to sit down and I'm going to be creative today. And I'm just going to take however long that takes to get my designs done. Because you can't put a time frame on being creative like that, designing. You need to have just a blank canvas, not only on your schedule, but in your mind to just create from. And when we have these deadlines and we're behind and we're frustrated and we've got all this stuff coming, it's like we can't think, or everything we create, we hate. Clear some white space on your schedule to open up your creativity. Charlene says, content creation on social media. Charlene, are you part of Launch Your Box? I want you to go over to the library, and there is a lesson called Subscription Box Social Media. So many ideas for you. Pull that out. That's the help you need to get inspired and start creating. Shelly says, what to put in the box? Hey team, will you grab Shelly my 6 and 60 workshop? Shelly, I have a free workshop. It's called the 6 and 60. I'm going to help you figure out what to put in that box. The team's going to grab you the link. Ashley says, I keep starting to set up the giveaway, but haven't. You're probably going to wash the car and unload the dishwasher and do the laundry because it seems easier than setting up the giveaway, right? So what if you blocked an hour out today, Ashley, and sat down at your computer, put the phone away, closed the door, eliminated distractions, and said, I am getting this done today. These are the things that I need to do for it. And you just start checking them off one at a time. I've been feeling this too, Yolanda. Complete mental and physical exhaustion. It's hard to pour from an empty cup. So sometimes that looks like, you know what? I'm going to take a nap today. I'm going to binge watch Netflix today. I'm going to go have lunch with my friends today. Because if we don't ever take a break, we will be in constant exhaustion mode. So that's what I want you to do today. Shut it all off. And I know that feels counterproductive because you have all these things that you're behind on, right? If you don't stop and reset, you're going to feel this again tomorrow. And everything you do is going to take 10 times longer than it normally does because you're at complete mental and physical exhaustion. So take today off. Anything that's going on today, can wait until tomorrow. You need to reset. All right, there's so many. Sandy, if this is what you're struggling with, I'm gonna tell you to contact payroll today. They will help you through this. And you will be so glad that you contacted them. Their customer service is awesome. All right. Tracy, we all struggle with these little minutia details. Here's my challenge for you. Go look at some websites and look at their terms of service. We have to pull inspiration from other places. Go look at 3 to 4 different websites, grab their terms of service, put them in your own language, boom, you're done. We don't always have to build everything from scratch all the time. We have so many resources at our fingertips. But in our minds, we have to do it all ourselves, all from scratch, all the time. All right? So I want you to, first of all, recognize what you're struggling with right now. Me, I was struggling with not time. I had the time. I just didn't have the mental capacity. And so what did I have to get off my mental load in order to move forward? That was decision making for me. If I could make some decisions and make a plan, then I would stop overthinking everything. And I'm an overthinker sometimes too. A lot of times I'm a quick thinker and I can make decisions really quickly and I'm a problem solver. But really recognize what the situation is, because what you think the struggle is might not actually be the struggle. And then I want you to write it down physically. Get out a pen, get out a piece of paper, and write down what you're struggling with. And then let's break it down into smaller steps. If the big course is overwhelming me so much because there's a lot of mental parts, but there's a lot of little parts to it, how can I break down all the little parts so that it's just one little part instead of this big, giant, hairy thing that I have to get done? Because that's what was stopping me. Create the checklist. Create the to-do list. Create the steps. And if you physically write them down, you don't have to keep them up here. That's what we do so much, is we try to keep everything up here. And then we've got to keep our gears functioning all day long, because if we stop, we're going to forget something. But once you write it down, it's out of here. You don't have to keep thinking about it 24/7. You have a reference sheet. So get it out of here, get it on paper that you can physically see. And then let's create the space we need to work on it. Does that mean I need to work on it while no one's at my house? Yes. Does that mean I need to put my phone away so I'm not tempted to go scroll every time I get a dang notification? Yes, I'm so bad at that. I'm like, ooh, what's going on? Oh, now I've been on Facebook for 45 minutes. Stop it. Give yourself a pep talk. Let's go. Let's get unstuck. All right? T-shirt course. It's launching on the 23rd. And if you are interested, we've got the waitlist link. The team's going to pop right here in the chat, because the only people I'm launching to on the 23rd is people on this waitlist. So if you've been on the waitlist, if you're ready for it, I've got the first half of it built for you, and it's awesome. And I'm going to give you a pretty cool discount because I'm a little behind on it, but that's not going to stop me from moving forward. Videos 1 through 6 are done. I'm working on, I just created the content for 7 and 8. So those will be done hopefully by the end of this week and loaded in. And then I'll just finish the rest. So if you're interested in how to start a t-shirt subscription, the course is almost ready, and I'll let you in on the 23rd. But that's what I want you to do too. I want you to make decisions and move forward and get your offer out there. It doesn't have to be perfect. Do it messy, do it scared, and we up level as we go. We get better every month, every day in our businesses. All right? All right. Let's get going. Let's get unstuck. Let's stop struggling. We got this. I know that you got this. Write it down, move forward. Let's keep going. All right. I'll see you guys later this week. Have a great rest of your Monday.